So yeah, so a lot has happened, and we didn't really have time to process it, but yeah, we've taken Theodora's place, and Conrad, I guess, is still on the ship somewhere. So he escaped. So that's not real good for us. And now it's just, alright, now we got to manage the cargo. Oh. Is there not voice acting here? I was thinking it was pretty good that the whole thing was voice acted, but it seems those days are past. And yeah, okay. So now I've got a lot of reading to do. I don't know how I feel about that. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustain massive losses among the senior and middle ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy, while others go unfulfilled entirely, and now the Dex clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. Okay, yeah, is there any way I can get out of this? I do agree that your elevation to your new status was rather precipitous. I assure you there are good reasons for it, not least the fact that without a Lord Captain the ship would be destined for naught but disaster. But I digress. You do not have a choice. You are the named heir of the rogue trader and your fate is predetermined. Besides, if Conrad is intent on eliminating all the candidates, then his assassins must still be out there waiting. I doubt they are reckless enough to attack you if you are draped in the mantle of the rogue trader. What? But if you were to disembark the ship bearing only the status of an ordinary servant of the Emperor... But... Bro, have you been paying any attention at all? That... You just said they killed thousands of us. What do you mean they're not going to attack us on this ship? Bro, are you out of your mind, man? Okay, I wonder if it would actually let you set down on the nearest planet. But okay, well, so you're saying that everyone's counting on me. Alright. Alright, so I guess you haven't found Conrad yet. No, Lord Captain, in all the commotion his trail went colder. People are still on the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now one shuttle short. I'm afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all he has wrought. Alright, what's on the agenda for this meeting? Oh my gosh. Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I'm still receiving updates from across the ship and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honour of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. Alright, send them in. Let's be a manager. With a gesture, Abelard relays the order to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. Doesn't pair of eyes bore in you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention officers, you've been granted an honour. Lord Captain Drifter von Valancius will personally conduct today's briefing, and was gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Alright. Alright, introduce me to those present. As you wish, your lordship. Vigdis Surrey Otter of the Toloman line, our new Voxmaster. Alright. Oh, I thought that was her hair. Are they pipes coming out of her head? That's quite disturbing. It is an honour to serve your lordship. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Alright, so we got a new Vox Master. Beside her is Ravor, the Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. Well, yeah, that sounds useful. Okay, we met that guy before. Hey, Lord Captain, this here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured if she's in safe hands, I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our High Factotum, Generous Stenrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Alright, cool. It's an honour, your lordship. Oh, he looks kind of dodgy. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. The Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. And lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omnissiah. Supernatural entity, god of all knowledge, worshipped by the Adeptus Mechanicus. Yeah. 3 officers salute you. Okay. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. I serve at your pleasure, Lord Captain. Okay, so we have to hear everybody's reports. Oh, wait, there's only 5 reports. One of them missed out. Bad luck. Okay, give us the report. All fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment in terms of material loss and crew casualties has been completed. The results have been submitted. Okay. Okay, so we like him. He can take the heat, so to speak. Alright, High Factotum. Dodgy guy. We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I'll personally ensure that all damaged components are given in to the tech priest's hands for attention and that all lost supplies are replaced. There's only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks. What? Which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. Wow! We will be able to make our losses on the nearest planet, Rykard Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the Winter Scale Rogue Trader Dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I'm powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Especially true given Caligus Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets. Okay, so we need people. I can't believe he called them scum. I hate this guy. If we have to sacrifice one of you, I know who's going. Alright, Lord Captain, the foes that set up this noble void ship destroyed... You didn't even get a portrait, buddy. Bad luck. The foes that set up this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. I don't think I've ever seen that word before. There you go, improving my vocabulary. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Engine Seer Prime, overseeing spiritual authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him, a most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement and as soon as possible. Okay, so we need a replacement for the Drive Master. Or the Engine Seer. Yep. He's the Drive Master. We need a replacement for the Engine Seer. I understand. Yep. Okay. Master Helmsman. Right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but without our engineer, prime, and navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what'll happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Your Lordship, if you allow me to interject, when we arrived in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station, ancient organization of noble mutant families whose genes allow them to safely guide warp-capable void ships throughout the Immaterium. Cool. That's lucky. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located and navigated in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less bad news, we can go round and round this system till our heads are swimming, as long as the promethium and supplies last. If any thick as groks lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't you worry on that score. Okay. So we don't have the engines here to maintain the ship, and we don't have someone to navigate the ship through the warp. Okay. That's problematic. No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told, but just ask anyone. We've got no able crew. No, Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? The ship's in ruins. Every second officer's dead. And now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. Silence. Enforcers, seize this mutineer. Oh no. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all. Your Lordship, I do humbly apologise on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say. Besides, find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness, not after the terrible attack we have endured. Yeah, it's, I mean, he does have a point. You know, I really have no idea what I'm doing, so... Cease your snivelling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. Okay. And so he probably disagreed with that decision, but he's going with it because he's our man. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. His face is the picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him only now, and the knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. To summarise, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engine, sea prime, and navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain, but bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at a Footfall station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these three immediate problems. Alright. Can you tell me anything else about the system? Accede to Voxmaster on this point. Mistress Toloman. We're in the Rykard star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your Lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in this system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. Oh. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. Well, that probably means something bad happened there. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Rykard Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. What is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. Right. The situation is not very encouraging, not at all. I mean, in the 41st millennium there is only war. But without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station and find out what in the void is going on. Alright, thank you for your reports, ladies and gentlemen. And stupid fat guy. The assembled officers salute you as one. Cool. Your Lordship, there is one other thing, a confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything. And I should tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Coronis Expanse. Yes, and that would refer to the note that we found, signed by XC. Yes, quite right. Xavier Calazar? Oh, is that C silent? I don't know. That's what I'm going to call him. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrichs van Callow, an interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he's somewhere in this system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibunda system. Finding him without any more information gone will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the Governor of Rykard Minoris, may know something. That is all of it. Oh, thank goodness. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valancius Protectorate. Okay. Adira, Sister Agenta, explain yourselves. The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. Well, appreciate that. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Daybreak. Adira, come to your senses. Damn it. Your Lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is. No matter how hard I try, a single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. I think that is what the demon thing said to us, hey? Or maybe it's dawn, and it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make any sense of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it, alright? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. Fantastic. Meeting concluded. My goodness. That took a long time. Oh man. We're not done yet. Oh, it's this guy. Lord Captain, if I may steal just one more moment of your time. The matter is rather delicate, as it concerns trophies that were left after the battles on the ship. One trophy in particular, I should say. Retrieved a blade fragment from one of the bodies on the bridge. A curious article. I saw the need to keep it safe in case it should be of interest to you. You were right to do so. Give it to me. Yeah, yep. Hand it over, bro. Of course. Please. Yep, alright. Yeah, I mean, if it gives us more power, we'll do it. Alright, so now we can explore. Why does it... Oh, so we can see... We can see out the front of the ship if we need to. Yeah. Bro, that... I guess that glass is made of strong stuff. You would hope. And so we can probably talk to quite a few of these people. How may I serve you, Lord Captain? What are the Voxmaster's duties? I'm the ears and the voice of this void ship. I supervise several dozen officers and 3 times that number of support personnel. We receive, send, encrypt, and decode all incoming and outgoing messages. Gotcha. If you ever want to know what worries and concerns your crew are harbouring, what your subjects are whispering about in local networks after their watches, and what their leader are clamouring about over shortwave Vox transmissions, just come and see me. I will satisfy your curiosity. Cool. Alright. Yeah, well, do you know anything interesting? No information? Yeah, okay, we're still getting our head around things. Connect me to the vessel's main channel. I wish to bolster the morale of the crew. Okay. Got to introduce myself. It is done, Lord Captain. Gain 28 experience. Cool. A rousing speech. Awesome, alright. Well, they like us. That'll be all. Thank you. 3 XP. What's not to like? Okay, and this is going to be our command station. It looks like. Yeah, so we're kind of... So that whole opening section was kind of like the tutorial, I guess. Yeah, and so is this where... Yeah, I think this is where we were fighting Conrad. But everything's been cleaned up. Or fighting, Ethelman. Conrad ran away from us. Oh, will this guy allow us to respec? My retinue and I are in need of training. I'll show your sparring chambers at once. The cost of future right, so... Yeah, so I think that allows us to reset. Yeah, cool. Alright, well, he does have a purpose. That's something at least. I wish to bolster my retinue with skilled fighters. Rest assured there are people of the most outstanding talents among the thousands of your crew. I'll contact the overseers at once. Okay, and so this gives us more followers. Can you make custom followers? Oh, wow. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, hanging out with the robots. Hope they don't turn on us again. I'd like to hear your augury, Idira. What awaits me in the future?
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Okay, we got voice acting again. Cool.
Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained. Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, rogue trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. A chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his master, or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord? The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
I'm guessing she was talking about followers that we're going to find, maybe? Things are strained between you and Agenta, isn't that right?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices, ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're the best of friends. Alright, well, I must take my leave.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Alright, well that's good. So it seems like conversations with more minor characters maybe aren't voice acted. But the companions are. Now I think... Was she over... Yeah, she's here. Yo, Agenta, what's up?
Rogue trader.
That's me. You said you have a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue trader. The accursed servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the rogue trader could meet with the orphans?
Yeah, okay, we'll meet with them.
I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart.
The motley crew of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. How into... should... blah, blah, yep. Another word that I've never seen before. Our sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. It is hardly the scholar progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Training of orphans of the officers. Yeah, okay. Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House von Valancius. You notice Infernus Master Heinrich Montag standing a few paces away from the orphans. He watches you with approval and bows respectfully when you meet his gaze. Lies for a just cause and brought honour to the Von Valancius. And I believe that you will become their worthy heirs. Your Lord Captain greets you, brave ones. Okay, a minute of beholding the Lord Captain is enough for them. Yeah, let's talk to the master. Do you serve as a teacher in your spare time? Not at all, your lordship. I'm just looking out for them. It's the infernus way to help folks in trouble. It's our job after all, so we chip in rations here and there and make sure nobody gives them a hard time. We take the older ones into the clan's care if they want. Men in the guild are not our family by blood, but by circumstance. Your Lord Captain greets you, brave ones. The girl has remained close to Agenta, smiles uncertainly. Skinny, pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back and stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few teenagers at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed. So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches. Agenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants both to calm him and scold him for his impudence. Their comportment leaves much to be desired. I hope that they will be moulded. Punish the troublemaker. About the orphans, they are henceforth your clan. It falls to you to teach them the meaning of what their parents fought and died for. If you have things to say, say them without fear. I will listen. Yes. If you have things to say, say them without fear. I will listen. Doesn't matter what we say, it won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks. Oh man, these are some long dialogue options. Understand your grief, your parents died, it's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honourable fate with anger and disdain. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there, I took command, I fought, I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses, you can only strive to do what is within your power. The strong have the power to decide the fate of others. The weak either obey or die. Damn, if you see a different lot, boy, save your grumbling. Punish the troublemaker. No, we ain't going to do that. Their comportment leaves much to be desired. Yeah, I guess the first two are probably the best. Yeah, you can only strive to do what is within your power. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives you a sign, and servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with Von Valancius emblazoned on the wrappers. Appears that the Seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Agenta rubs her temple pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. Alright, let's talk to our bro.
Lord Captain?
You may call me by my first name if you wish.
I thank you for the honor, but I must decline. As a former military officer, I believe in the importance of order in all things.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that.
Including the chain of command. You are the Lord Captain, my direct superior. I am not prepared to address you in any way other than as regulation dictates.
Alright, let's talk about things that may be useful to me as the rogue trader.
A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you.
Yeah, what do you think Conrad will do next?
You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtfear. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight.
I agree.
We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the Von Valancius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like he was the one who took out Theodora. So there's definitely more to the plot than what we're seeing.
If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps.
Oh look, I'm hoping he comes back. I'd love to meet that guy again. That's all for now.
As you wish, Lord Captain.
I must take my leave.
Lord Captain.
Alright, so this is our navigation map. Yeah, alright. We've got the Mass Effect Chaos Gate style map. Cool. The events of Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Coronis Expanse. This sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you will get a chance to visit. You'll find yourself scouring the void in search of routes leading to new uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the expanse. What you see before you is the map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest, then click on it to initiate the event or open the planet view. Awesome, this is cool. Alright. Can we... Oh, we can't rotate the map. That's a bit sad. Yeah, so we kind of got to work out where we want to go first. Yeah, so that's the prison they were talking about. That's an unidentified ship. Could be friendly, could be not so friendly. Right, so that's the... Oh, wait, there's Rykard Majoris and Rykard Minoris. Yep, so is that where we're meeting the guy? The right-hand man. And what was this? Okay, and this is us, right, so we're here. Oh, and that's the Navis Nobilite station. Yeah, well, they're the closest, and once we get there, presumably if we can solve whatever problem they're having, maybe we'll have an easier time communicating throughout the system. So I guess that's where we go first, and then we might make our way down here and work our way across. Because, yeah, that's quite a distance away. Or maybe we go that way and work our way across. So away we go. Reporting, the heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Uric 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We've also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilite house requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. Contact the station again. I'll negotiate personally. Order the Augur crew to scan the station. Turn back. No one dares to give me orders. We will not invade Navis Nobilite station without first acquiring official approval. Cool. Can we scan the station? The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. Right. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators heralds ignoring us? Alright, let's try contacting them again. I'm sorry, Lord Captain, the station does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Oh dear, yeah, so maybe we should come back. Yeah, maybe we should come back later. We will not invade a Navis Nobilite station without first acquiring official approval. Only the navigators are blessed with the gift of steering ships through immaterium. Anyone else would succumb to the same nightmarish influence it projects on the crew and the vessel. To attempt traversing warp space without a guide is a fool's errand. Forgive me for intruding, Lord Captain, but I feel it is my duty to remind you that the Navis Nobilite are highly respected citizens of the Imperium, humanity's guides through the warp. The power and status of a highborn navigator house is akin to that of your protectorate. To aid them in their hour of need is to acquire an influential ally. Well, I was thinking, like, maybe we could talk to the dude who runs this area, the whatever his name was, the other rogue trader. Maybe he could give us some information, but okay, it's not letting me do that. Now that we're here, it's not letting us leave, so yeah, we have to. Okay, we're docking then. So it's one of those illusion of choice scenarios. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you'll have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path.